Okay, so in order to paint the fence properly, I really needed to take all the parts, disconnect all the parts and paint each one individually. I was trying to paint the whole fence all at once by masking parts off, and as you can tell here, I missed a couple spots, and so I'm gonna probably redo most of this, sand it down, and just redo it. That's just part of painting. Sometimes you make mistakes. You just have to, you have the good thing is you have the opportunity to fix it. So this was together like this before, one unit, and there's one of the pins here. And what I did was I took a starter punch, one of these. This one's kind of damaged, but anyway, it did the job. I took a punch with a hammer and just knocked the pin out. So I knocked it from this side and it came out through the other side. I pulled it out and then had to do that. There's actually two pins here. So this now comes apart and I can paint each one of these individually. So just things like that when you're painting, you always, if you can, you want to take things apart. You don't want to, try to paint things as one unit, because a lot of times the paint job, especially if you're painting two different colors or three different colors, a lot of times it'll look like crap when you're done. So whenever you can, take things apart and paint them individually and then put them back together. Okay, this is a Rust-Oleum hammered paint that I used to paint the rip fence shaft and the handle of the rip fence. So here's the handle. Looks really good. This looks almost like the original color of the rip fence handle. So that looks really nice. I'm really impressed by how well this paint did. I was expecting a rougher texture, because if you look at the cap, it kind of gives you, kind of the indication that it's going to be a rougher texture than it is. It actually didn't come out as rough as I thought it would. So that's done. Painting this thing was a little bit of a challenge because there's so many little nooks and crannies, and then also making sure I mounted it properly on the plywood here. Use a screw to mount it through the plywood. So, like I said, a lot of the little nooks and crannies to paint. So I put on 3 coats of paint to make sure I covered everything really well. So that's done. The rip fence shaft was painted the same color, using the same paint. That looks good too. And then over here, those are the other 2 portions of the rip fence. The end piece and then also the front piece where the handle is rests. So those are black right now. I have to do some repainting on those, but they're going to end up a gloss black. So that should look really nice with the other the other color of the rip fence handle and the shaft of the rip fence. Okay, here's a portion of the rip fence that I'm painting black. Notice I have a screw through the end of it there, in through the plywood. That part's not going to be visible anyway, so I'm not really worried about not having the paint be perfect there. There's another part here. Again, this whole shaft here is not going to be visible anyway, so I don't really care about making the paint perfect on that part. So what I did first of all, sanded it down. The paint's not in that bad a shape, so I sanded it down, covered up the warning label there with some tape. So I'm ready to spray now. I actually just wiped it down with a tack cloth. So I'm going to go ahead and start painting. Okay, one light coat and I'll come back with a second on that part. Okay, that one was a little more difficult just because there's so many angles and different little nooks and crannies to paint. So I think I got everything. I'll come back with a second and maybe even a third coat on that. So what you're looking at here is the painted rip fence shaft. And I started out by painting the top and the two sides a couple days ago. And then I came back today and I finished off the bottom. And the reason why I did it like that is that I didn't really have a way to hang the rib fence shaft so I could paint all four sides at one time. And so I just decided to go ahead and paint the top and the two sides on one day, let it dry for a couple of days, and come back and paint the bottom. So this is all done now. And this is resting on a block of wood. And the block of wood is actually more narrow than the width of the rib fence, so that the rib fence doesn't really stick, the paint doesn't dry and the wood doesn't stick to the rib fence. And I try to just paint on top and not get anything on the side, so that I didn't have any issues with the wood drying and sticking to the rib fence. So that should be okay. So the whole rib fence is done now. And the next thing now, I'll just go and start working on the actual table, the mechanics of the table, get it all greased up and lubed up. The table itself is pretty much all done. All the painting is done. So it's just now a matter of get it mechanically working well, and then we'll have a working table saw. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm going with a Rust-Oleum enamel, automotive enamel gloss paint. And I just got done wiping down the blade insert with a tack cloth. And so the next step, I just shook the can up really well. So I'm just go ahead and start spraying. So again, one light coat of paint, and we'll come back with the second and maybe even the third. So what I'm going to do now, put a second coat on. I'm going to wipe it down first of all with a tack cloth. And I've already shaken up the can quite a bit, so I'll shake it up a little bit more before I actually start painting a second coat on there. So you may have seen at the end I was trying to hit some angles that I couldn't hit, just going at it straight on. So it looks like I got all those. I'm going to put one more coat on, that should do it.